Hello, exceptionals. Great to have you back. Have you ever felt you have a lot on your plate, but delegation feels risky? You're not alone. But here is the truth: great leaders don't do it all, they empower others to step up. So, welcome to Excel, the place where the exceptionals come to get better every day. In this video, we will share case study and delegation framework with practical insight that you can apply to maximize your team members' potential. So let's look at Dr. Adebayo, a passionate school principal who believed in excellence. She arrived early, stayed late, and handled everything: curriculum planning, staff meetings, student discipline, even last minute event logistics. If a problem arose, she fixed it herself. One year, a new ministry policy was introduced requiring schools to implement a data-driven student performance tracking system. It was a massive change, and Dr. Adebayo felt responsible for ensuring everything was done right. Instead of delegating responsibilities, she tried to oversee the entire process, training teachers, setting up the software, analyzing student data, and reporting to the ministry. She spent hours after school troubleshooting issues, leaving no time for strategic planning or staff development. As the deadline approached, she was burnt out, overwhelmed, and frustrated. Meanwhile, her leadership team and teachers, eager to contribute, felt underutilized. But the turning point came when her vice principal, Mr. Okeke, gently said, "Dr. Adebayo, you don't have to carry it all. Let us take ownership so we can succeed together." She realized she had highly capable leaders in her team. She just needed to trust and empower them. So Dr. Adebayo called a meeting, delegated key responsibilities, and gave her team the authority and resources to lead different aspects of the implementation. Teachers received proper training, student data tracking improved, and the school met the ministry's expectations seamlessly. For the first time, Dr. Adebayo felt liberated, not because she was doing less, but because her team was doing more. So what did she do? She built a sustainable delegation system. She knew that delegation couldn't be a one-time fix. It had to become part of the school's culture. So she implemented a structured delegation system to ensure long-term success. The first thing she did was that she created specialized leadership teams for curriculum development, technology integration, student support, and parent engagement. Each of these teams had a clear purpose, autonomy, and direct decision-making power. The second thing she did was to introduce the delegation roadmap, which allows her to assign tasks effectively. Here is the breakdown of the roadmap. She started by defining the task clearly, then assigning the task to the right person. Then she now provided resources and support to enable them deliver on that task. And she set expectations and authority level. And finally, there was a process for monitoring progress without micromanaging. The third thing she did was to implement rotational leadership roles, where teachers took turns leading committees, organizing professional development sessions, and mentoring newer staff. This particular action built leadership capacity across the school. Her first step was introducing a trust and track system. Instead of checking every detail, she scheduled bi-weekly check-ins where team leads reported progress. This balance of trust plus accountability ensured that delegation didn't mean neglect. And her fifth strategy was to introduce teacher-led innovation days, where once in a term, teachers will pitch new initiatives to improve the school. The best ideas were owned and implemented by the teams, reducing Dr. Adebayo's workload while fostering a culture of shared leadership. Wow! These game-changing delegation systems can be applied in your school, and the impact will increase the efficiency of work process across all departments. Our team is well equipped to support you through the process. So just send an email to eduiconsconsult@gmail.com to learn more. Back to Dr. Adeboye. After 6 months of effective delegation, the school saw remarkable improvement. In the area of student performance, standardized test scores increased by 12% due to more focused and empowered teachers. Struggling students received individualized support, improving their progress. On the aspect of teacher satisfaction and retention, staff turnover dropped by 30% as teachers felt valued and engaged. Teacher satisfaction scores increased from 68% to 91%, with many citing leadership opportunities as key factors. Then in the area of school efficiency and morale, administrative workload for the principal reduced by 40%, allowing her to focus on long-term strategy. Teachers collaborated more effectively, leading to a more positive school culture. The school received recognition from the Ministry of Education as a model for leadership development. So what's your lesson here as an education leader? Delegation isn't about losing control. It's about creating a system where leadership is shared, where teachers feel empowered and students thrive. That is the school we are looking for. That is the school we wish to have. So for me to add more value to you on this video, let me share a delegation framework you can apply in any work situation, not only in the education space. D, from that delegation spelling, D stands for define the task effectively. Before assigning a task, ask what exactly needs to be done. For example, instead of handle the report, you can say analyze last quarter sales and summarize key insights in a 2-page report. It's very, very clear and concise. E, evaluate the right person. Match tasks to strengths. Who has the skills or potential to deliver on this task? Ensure you give it to the right person. For example, assign a design task to a creative team member, not someone inexperienced individuals. I, level of authority must be set. Ensure you clarify decision-making power. Be explicit whether they are to take action or just research and get back to you. For example, you can make the decision versus find options and let me decide. Be very clear so that your people will not misunderstand you. E, explain expectations and outcomes. Describe what success looks like. For example, instead of do a great job, you can say create a 5-slide pitch deck with data from last quarter. It's very clear. Depending on your organization, you can tweak this to meet your need. And G, give support and resources. Provide tools, contact, and training if needed. For example, you can say, here is a template and last year's report as a guide. You can use it. A, allow autonomy, but check in. Remember to set milestones instead of micromanaging. For example, you can say, I'll check in after the first draft. Keep me posted on progress. And I, track progress without micromanaging. Use a simple system, maybe weekly updates, dashboard, or meeting to track progress. For example, update the shared doc every Friday so I can review. It takes a lot of repetitive tasks off you. Then identify and remove roadblocks. What's stopping you? And solve issues proactively. That is the kind of question you can ask. If they lack a key software tool, provide it for them. If they lack the right knowledge, train them. That is how you can identify and remove roadblocks effectively. And offer feedback and recognize effort. Praise wins and give constructive feedback. For example, you did great on this report. Next time, let's add more visuals. You appreciated what they did before giving them your feedback. And N, nurture growth through delegation. Use delegation to develop future leaders. For example, you can challenge someone with a new responsibility to build confidence. So as you apply the framework, Here is how to deal with real-world delegation challenges. For fear of losing control, build trust. If you are worried that you lack capable team members, train and develop your people. If you are afraid of mistakes, see mistake as a learning opportunity. To avoid poor communication, use clear instructions and check-ins. So, my exceptional friends, delegation isn't about handing off work. It's about empowering your team to grow and succeed. So, here is a challenge for you. To lead smarter today, take these steps. Choose one task to delegate this week. Use the delegation framework to assign it effectively. Reflect. What is stopping you from delegating effectively? Remember, great leaders don't do everything themselves. They build teams that make things happen. So, my friends, if you got value from this video, please like, comment, and subscribe for more leadership insights and personal development content every week. Until we see you again in our next video, stay blessed.